little more, is that better? Blame my parents, I'm sure. Okay, can everybody take their seats? Okay, hello. Ready? Copy me. Copy me. Great. Do you know why? We do that because usually, you do hands on the head, but now it's Hanukkah, so it's a special night. So that's why we substituted that sign for that. Okay, so thank you so much for coming. I'm really excited for this special night in Rochester, New York. Because we're hosting Hanukkah here in Rochester with deaf Jewish people. And wow, we're very proud to be here. It's very exciting. So my name is Jackie Krinsky, and I'm from Massachusetts, and I moved here to Rochester 7 years ago. And now I work at University of Rochester. So anyway, I'm Jewish too, and I love to eat latkes, and Hanukkah is really my favorite holiday, just to let you know. And also, Hanukkah, why is it so special? Why? Why? Okay, because we remember, what else? What else? Why do you think Hanukkah is so special, right? Festive with the lights, yes, what else? Right, okay, right, remember that. Remember that magic, right, but why? The light lasted for 8 days, but now how does that relate to today? Because all of us are still together, the deaf community, and the Jewish people, specifically here in Rochester. And that's why tonight is so special, right? So now this is beautiful, beautiful menorah. So really, a Jewish deaf artist made this menorah. She moved from Washington, D.C. to New York City to Rochester. This menorah traveled all that way. So the deaf artist made this. Very cool. And I'll introduce this later. So anyway, I want to introduce Rabbi Yoshua. Hello. Can you see me? Do you want me to go up one more step? One more? Is this better? 5 more? Okay. 7. That means 7. I should go up 7 more. Okay, so I'm very happy to be here in Rochester. I'm very familiar with this town. I've been coming here for 5 years. When I started this, with these activities and everything with the Jewish deaf community here in Rochester, it really started here, not in New York City or Gallaudet. So I really enjoy my time here. It's very special. So thank you all for coming. And like Jackie said, the menorah is very special, right? Because it was made by a Jewish deaf artist, Ellen Mansfield. She's from Frederick, Maryland. And also Hinda Kasher. They got together and thought of all these Davia menorah. They thought of all these different ideas. And actually, really, Jewish Davia menorah. I will explain more later. And also, she has other artworks in the back, Hinda does. So it has a lot of Jewish deaf themes. It's very powerful, just really wow. So please go ahead and go back there and see. Hinda, where are you? Right there? Right there? Okay, great, okay. I'm very happy that she's here tonight, and she will perform later after the lighting of the menorah. You'll see more tonight. Anyway, so tonight is the 7th night of Hanukkah. 7. Why is that important? 7. What's the meaning of that? 7 and 8. There's a big difference between the numbers 7 and 8. Do you know why? The number 7 is natural, but 8 is above natural. So do you know the difference between 7 and 8, these two numbers? So 8 days, 7 days of the week, right? Every day, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, right? It just goes around and around. But there's one number above that breaks that rule. It becomes 8. So that's why Hanukkah lasted for 8 days, because really it was just above all of that. It's very wonderful. So tonight, it's the 7th night, so we're going on and on, but then something wonderful happens, and that's the 8th night of Hanukkah. So before we start going, I just want to please sit down, please. Yeah. Okay. So tonight we are honoring one woman, very special woman. All of you should know that woman. And because I was invited through that woman, Diane She's been involved with the Jewish chef community here for a long time in Rochester, locally. I mean, before I was born, right? Yeah, before I was born. Whew, yes, a long time. So really, she's going to describe a little bit about why she's involved with the Jewish chef community here and what made her inspired. So, right? Come on, Diana, come on up. Where are you? Diana? All right. Come on up. Woo, yay! More? Okay, can you see me clearly? Okay, I need help. Yeah, with just the paper, where can I put this? A little bit closer. Alright, excuse me, I didn't memorize, but thank you so much for introducing me. I'm a little bit shy, I'm a little bit embarrassed for the honor, but wow, thank you. Thank you. So really, Joshua mentioned that he would, like to invite me for this honor, and I said, okay, but what exactly does that mean? What should I do? And he said, you have to give a speech. And I said, ooh, honoring somebody means that they have to work, that they have to develop a speech? Okay, all right, sure. Okay, but really, this group, this Society of Rochester Jewish Deaf People, that group really, wow. Yeah, really, it's been going for a long time. It has different names and everything. I will talk a little bit about that tonight, about our group specifically. So really, it started a long time ago, and it required many different people to come, they really had to do a lot of work, their hard work and everything, really just had to get in and start up this society here in Rochester. It's been a long time coming. And so, a long time ago, when I first arrived, I was a student at NTID actually, and I joined Hillel. That group, I just remember it so well. Hillel, the support and the activities, and really they encouraged deaf students too. Looking back, that was really nice. At that time, at my college years, 1975 to 1979, and someone in the community in Rochester decided to try and set up a Jewish deaf community. It just happened, that I was invited, so I went and we discussed, where the Jewish Community Center, we discussed there at JCC, and many people were there. But two people I remember very well. The first one is Stephen Schultz. Do you remember him? Maybe some of you do. Yes, he passed away recently. Very sad. And the second one is Howard Mann. Yeah, he's from here. Anyway, so the two of them were there at that meeting, and really there was, other people there too, but people from the JCC, the, director was there and everything. So anyway, so we were all talking back and forth, and really, I don't think anything was developed from that meeting or anything, but the good thing that happened was that planted a seed in me, and I started thinking. So then years later, blah, 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 years later, two women, Deborah, Mayer, and another woman, Cheryl, Michalowski, the two of them decided that they wanted to set up a Jewish women deaf group. So the two of them invited me and other women too, of course, and we all got together. And our deaf husbands decided, hey, I want a group too. So they made a men's group as well, and then we had the women's group too. So it was men's and women's. And many years, we got together. It was separate. Once a month, we discussed, we learned, that kind of thing. And sometimes we would get together, the men and the women, sometimes, and families as well. And over time, you know, it started just to fizzle out a little. People started to move, situations were changing, and it started to fade. So at that time, in 1988, at that time, I was staying until 2005. We moved back, and you know, I was, where are the Jewish Deaf events? Where are the Jewish Deaf events? You know, where are they? And it seemed that everything just sort of died. So I said, okay, I tried to renew that. I said, okay, I want to, you know, get together the group again. So at that time I thought, you know, no, separate men and women. Yeah. And the second thing was that I decided that I would prefer it member run. Not like a board committee, you know, where they would control everything. I didn't want that. I wanted the members to have their own ideas and host their own events. You know, just go ahead and do that and share different ideas. So since then, really, that is what our group has been. Okay, excuse me, just have to look at the paper. Okay. Okay, so really, since then, 2005, really, you know, there are many different places where we host events. At the JCC, at TVK, our home, actually, you know, people come over to our home, and of course, we can't forget Chabad, right, of course, both over there in Brighton, on Winton Road, that area, and here, U of R, so thank you so much. Really, since then, you know, we've been celebrating and meeting different people, different holidays together. We have been, you know, learning together, different events, and of course, you know, socializing. That's very important. And we've been working together. We know each other very well. Friendship, we really care about that. And now, I shared that, you know, with Joshua, and he said, but you didn't talk about the future of this group. And I said, the future? Well, I'm satisfied. And he said, no. You really need to think. All right, so I will go on a little bit more. So this group, why is it important? So really, I'm just going to discuss that a little bit. Okay, so this group is very important because each of us know who we are, right? Our identity, whether it's men, women, gender identity. And also we have the deaf identity, whether it's hard of hearing, cochlear implant, you know, that. We have that identity as well. And now the third identity, maybe married, single. The fourth identity is you have children or not, that. All that is part of our identities as people. So what do we all have in common? Judaism. Some of us are, you know, that's a big part of our lives. We're very observant, like Joshua. I'll stop this now. Okay, and some of us are, you know, not as observant, but still, we all are Jewish. We all have that spirit inside of us. So that's why our group here is not the only reason. There are other things too in the future generations. That's very important for our children. And this is an excellent example, Joshua. His parents, right, they're Jewish and deaf, and they're on the West Coast. They really, you know, did a lot over there. They set up their own Jewish deaf groups. And they gave, you know, they had that seed, and they helped grow that in Joshua. And also, and they had, in the roots as well, that made him who he is. And so that's why it's very important for us too, here on the East Coast, to remember our children, to help them to really cherish and know who they are with their Jewish identity, okay? So really, I want to thank, of course, Rabbi Joshua for coming here, you know, many times from New York City and sharing his love for the Jewish deaf community, his motivation, his knowledge. So thank you so much. Okay. standing up and giving your story and how you're involved with the Jewish chef community and how that continues today. Thank you so much for that. I really enjoyed it. And she talks about planting the seed and she wants to see it grow, now, tomorrow, in the future. What about, our generation and the next generation? For sure. Don't worry. All that hard work that you did will grow in the future, now and in the future. So something will definitely grow from that. Thank you so much. Okay? Okay, great. So I wanted to give her a candle. So, you light this, and that will start the spark. That will continue on. And 1 becomes 2, and 2 becomes 3, and 3 becomes 4, until it, just goes on forever. Really, Hanukkah, we had 8 candles, right? But what about next year? 8 again next year, and then the year after that. So as, Jewish people, we are always having more and more and more, okay? So that's why we are giving you this. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to light the middle one, please. Okay. You're gonna go up there? All right. Take this off. Great. Okay, wonderful. So that flame will continue on and on. And so now we continue with that flame tonight, right? Because tonight is the 7th night. So before we start to light, we want to say the blessing. So after, how do you say amen, right? Right, amen. Right, like this, amen. Right? I know some of you are like, oh, well, that's new. Well, really, it's a little, for now, we can describe it later, but this is amen, okay? All right, so I'm going to say 2 blessings, and then I want you to say amen, okay? Okay, ready? No, I mean, I'm going to say, and then you guys say amen.
Asher Shanu B'mitzvotav V'tzivanu Menorah Shel Chanukah. Amen. Rabbi Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa nisim b'avotenu b'yamim hahem b'zman hazeh. Amen.
wow. Okay, so later we're going to talk a little bit about the menorah itself and everything. So really, the bottom, it has the handshake 8. Do you know why? 8? What's that mean? Right. 8 days. Right? Unity. Magical. Story. Light. It has so many meanings, but really, the ASL is connected to the Hanukkah story itself. And then 8, if you turn your hand, it becomes what? Light. Right? See? Light. And the light illuminates up and it spreads from there. So when you light, right, it goes all the way up. So wow. Yeah, wow. Thank you for lighting that. Thank you so much. Okay, so really, 7, 8, and everything, we talked about that. What did we learn from tonight? 7th night of Hanukkah? So really, you have to remember the 7th and the 8th night, and 7th is natural, and the 8th is above natural. So really, the Hanukkah story, you have to understand what is so special about the Hanukkah story. You know, it's not just like, oh, anything happened, and it happened last week. No, it's a very special story. Did you know that you know, in the Torah, we have... Later, we see that the Jewish people, the oil lasted for 8 days, the 2nd, the 3rd, 4th, all the way to the 8th night. And so that's why we have this holiday on the 8th day. So we have to think, you know, oh, no, it's very, very powerful. It's not just like any story. It's really above the natural. For example, myself, wow, realize how powerful the Hanukkah story really is. Washington, D.C., to New York City, to Rochester. The first night of Hanukkah, I was in New York City. Washington, D.C., and then I went to, you know, I was driving. Okay, I was thinking about New York. Oh, I have so many things to do, Okay, right, just hold on, just keep driving, oh, finally, I had to stop for gas. I was, you know, not thinking. I was like, well, wow, where's gas? Where am I going to get gas? Well, I didn't know. I'm not joking. My car just stopped. Luckily, I could get off the highway safely, but I just thought that was funny. On Hanukkah, that story is about oil lasting. And now, I mean, it's not really opposite is true. I mean, I had no gas. So really, that just shows how powerful this story really is. That flame that people thought would last one night lasted for 8 days. So Hanukkah is a miracle. It's not just something, you know, nothing. It's very important. So, unfortunately that didn't happen with my car, but that's why we're here to celebrate this. All the little things that happen in our lives, you know, if something, oh, I forgot about this, you know, then it's a miracle too. 7, oh no, we have 8. That can relate to our lives too. So some things happen in our lives that are a miracle. Like tonight, we are enjoying 7 and 8. So, tonight's message, yes. Okay, so next, Jackie's going to introduce. Can you see me okay? Yeah? Yay, I'm very excited. I just felt goosebumps from that. Wow, celebrating Hanukkah together. So anyway, I want to introduce the next presenter, Hinda Kasher. So she really is a deaf artist, and she helped design this menorah. You know, many different artworks you can later see on the back table back there. So, yeah, go ahead to the next one. Ellen asked me to design this menorah. I was very busy in school, but it's very beautiful. The menorah is very beautiful. Yes, we developed it together. I gave her some ideas, but I was very busy with grad school at the time. So anyway, I'm going to sign the story. No, this is more of a story. I'm not going to be all ASL and visual. From that book, growing up, I read that book, and it's called Herschel and the Hanukkah Goblins, okay? It was my favorite book growing up. I thought it had beautiful illustrations. And now today, when I became an adult, I said, okay, I'm going to read this book again. And wow, it really impacted me. Really, that story, it's really parallel to the deaf Jewish experience that people had. Yeah, I'm sorry. Is this better? Yeah. Oh, he said fine, and the other person said, no, if I go up, I'll be blocked. All right, okay. So anyway, it's parallel to a little bit later, after the story, I'll explain. So anyway.
Herschel, black coat, had cold night, the first night of Hanukkah. And he looked out of the towns, and in many of the towns there was no lights. And they said, it should be festive tonight, of course, because it's Hanukkah. So Herschel walked into the town, and the houses were all cold and dark. It felt like nobody was there. It was like dead, and it should have been festivities. Wondered where the people were. And I saw the people crowding around. He's like, how come we're not celebrating tonight for Hanukkah? It's the first night of Hanukkah. So the people said, they were explaining that so what happened is up on the top of the hill was the synagogue, and it was populated by many goblins, and they hated Hanukkah, and they won't let us celebrate. And that's why we're here in the dark. And we need someone who's brave to go up and stay for 8 days and beat all the goblins so we can celebrate Hanukkah. So Herschel said, okay, I'll do it. And they gave him a box with eggs, some pickles, a menorah, and matches and lights so we can light the menorah. So he says, okay, please win for us. So he went up the hill and arrived at the top of the hill of the synagogue. He opens the door, and it's completely empty. There's nothing in there. So he set up the menorah by the window, and the first night, and he lights the first night's candle. And then a first goblin appeared, a small little goblin with little wings. He says, what are you doing? We don't allow Hanukkah here. Get out of here. And Herschel said, I'm going to light this candle. No, the goblin said. If you go, many goblins will come and ruin it. He said, no, let me tell you, I'm very strong. And in his back, he picked up the egg. And he says, I have this rock here. And he squished the rock. And he says, yes, I can squish that. Watch that. And he picked up the egg and squished it. And it squished out between his fingers. And the goblin was fooled, thinking it was a rock. He says, well, you can figure a bigger goblin will come tomorrow. He says, fine, not a problem. So we light the first night of Hanukkah candle and said the blessings. The second night, what happened? We set up the 2 candles for Hanukkah and the first jar of pickles on the table. So we waited, and soon the goblin showed up. A big, black, ugly green with a long nose flying around there. And he said, you have the Hanukkah, I see. I have this delicious jar of pickles. Would you like some pickles? And the goblin said, oh, I love pickles. And he put his hand in to grab them all. But then he trapped his hand in the jar and he couldn't get it out because he was holding on to the pickles. And he says, I have you trapped now. What are you going to do? You're going to watch me light the candles because you can't do anything. Your hand's trapped there. So he lit the second night and said the blessings. He said, the goblin said, you fooled me. And he says, yes, because you can't let go, because you're greedy. And the goblin's like, he let go of the pickles and his hand came out dripping with pickle juice. He said, fine, you fooled me, but tomorrow an even bigger goblin's going to come. He said, fine, and he left. And the third night, he was sitting, and the goblin, he lights that, set up the 3 candles for the third night, and he waited, and arrived at the window, strange, big, ugly wing came in, and he sat down, and he says, when are you going to light the candles? Oh, we have plenty of time, we have all night, let's play a game. He says, do you know the dreidel? Do you know how to play this? So he explained the first rule is important. You have to have gold. And the goblin says, oh, I got plenty of gold. He says, okay, we can play. There's 4 sides to the dreidel. The shin, what do? You have to give me all of the gold. The hay, half of it you take. The gimel, instead he told them, all of it you have to give. And we said, what about the last one? That's the none. That means you give nothing. Okay, let's play now. So he spins the dreidel spins and spins and falls, and he fell on Shin. So he took it and he gave it to him. So let's play again. And he spins the dreidel, and it came up on hay. So he says, half you have to give me. So his pile, Herschel's pile, kept growing. And the third one was lucky. He says, okay, I'm going to spin and be lucky. Spin and spin and spin. Fell down. What was it? Gimel. He says, you have to give me all of your gold. So he ran out of all the gold. So the goblin says, I hate Hanukkah. I hate it. He goes, let's play a different game. You have more gold? Let's play some more. He says, no, I hate you. And he left. And then Herschel lit the 3rd candle for the 3rd night, all 3, and finished beating all the goblins until all the seconds to celebrate. And beautiful candles he was watching all night. On the 4th night, the 5th day, the 6th night, the 7th night, no goblins appeared. So they must have given up. Maybe he realized you can give back to the towns. It would be good news. So on the 7th night, he lights the 7th candle, and he set it all up. And then he heard a strange noise, powerful noise. And he looked up, Herschel! It was like Herschel and started to feel a little tired and rested. And he's like, wow, oh my gosh, this is such a thunderous noise. He says, I am the king of the goblins, and you, Herschel. He's like looking, he said, where is he? He said, he's making up, I am far away, you can't see me, but I can see you, and I let you know, we let you go to the 7th night and enjoy yourself, because that's going to stop now, I'm going to ruin it. So he says, sure, I'm not afraid. So we lit the 7th night, all 7 candles. But tomorrow will be the last. I will win. So Herschel waited all night till the 8th night, the last night, and he set up 8 candles. And he looked in the window, and all of a sudden, the king of the goblins came. I am here. So I don't see you. Where are you? I'm here. Obviously, a boy from the town playing a joke. No, seriously, I'm here. And he blew off the door. And he saw, frightening, well, I can't see you. I can't see you. Come on in. You can't see me. That's not really, yeah, I can't see you, come in clear, come on in. So we're gonna like, come on, we'll see you. If you're really here, it's too dark in here. Says, the king of the goblin comes in, he says, all right. So he'll light the candles so you can see me. So Herschel, while he's lighting them, said the blessings for the Chanukah. And he can't see him until he lit them all. And he said, now, he says, oh, now do you believe me, Herschel? And he says, I think you're a queen, maybe. It's impossible. He says, look at me. He says, the last time will be, this will be the last time. He says, I can do whatever you want. Enjoy yourself. Because you can't get to me now. Why? Because we finished and we broke it. How? How? Because you lit all the candles in the Hanukkah. You lit it yourself. No! And the goblin was so mad that the building he was standing on, he blew out all the walls, the roof, and everything. Completely destroyed like a storm. The only thing remaining was the table with the Hanukkah on it, still lit. And the goblin was gone. And that candle soon, as it went out, he went back to the village to celebrate that the goblins were all gone and they can have their community back again to home. And everyone went home and lit their own menorahs. And Herschel walked down to the town again to celebrate Chanukah. That story is for kids' book, but I feel looking at that story, it's very powerful. Why? For example, Herschel himself did the whole magic? No. It was the community that gave him the box with the different things that he can bring up. So he needed the community support. Like Rabbi Joshua here, he can't do it without us. We need to help celebrate with the miracle. That's all.
I remember that book. It was my favorite book too growing up. You know, when I saw that I thought, oh, I missed that book. Anyway, so thank you. I want to introduce Rabbi Joshua to talk a little bit more. Hello. Wow, really? I love that story. She asked me, did I read that when I was young? And I said, no, it's very powerful though. You know, wow. There's a lot of things to be learned, right? The Hanukkah story, 7 and 8. So before I close, I just want to make sure that you all remember from tonight. What do we have to learn? 7 and 8. What's the difference? Right, above natural. Right? We share the beautiful things together. And then above that. We have to remember that always with the Hanukkah story. We have to pay attention to that, the difference between 7 and 8. Okay, so before I finish, I want to say thank you to everyone involved, for everyone who made this all happen. You know, standing up, presenting, for preparing your speech. Thank you so much for the story. Thank you for the interpreters too, Becca and Brian. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I see. I couldn't see you with the light. Okay, I'm sorry. Thank you for interpreting though. But really, and thank you to Ivy for videotaping, and it's special. Yes. This year she has 3 events, right? One in Washington, D.C., New York City, and here in Rochester. So this year is very special. And all 3, obviously I was there, but one more person. Ivy Fast was there and all, so thank you so much. Yes? Wow, all 3 events. Which one did you enjoy the most? No, don't answer that. Okay. Yeah, really, I want to also recognize a person who just arrived, Dr. Alan Hurwitz from Gallaudet University. So please come on up. No? Okay. No, you don't want to? No? Happy Hanukkah, maybe? No? No. Hello. Hello, everyone. Happy Hanukkah. Really. It's awesome. It's very awesome to be back in Rochester here. When I saw his program at Gallaudet University last week, the first night of Hanukkah Hanukkah, right? Yeah, right, I saw this, and really so beautiful, I agree. Yeah, right, Ellen, is she here, the artist? No, she's not here. Ellen Mansfield, who did this beautiful menorah, all that work, wow. You know, we really have to cherish this, and I want to introduce my wife, Vicki, right? Yes, hello, hello. Yes, and our children and our grandchildren are here, but really, I thought this started at 6:30, but really it was 5:30, but anyway, the most important thing is that we're here, so thank you so much. Thank you for making our Hanukkah special. Yay! Okay, so thank you to everyone who came as well, each and one, all of you, thank you so much. You made our Hanukkah special. Thank you to all. And really, we want to thank Chabad of U of R as well. Rabbi Yaris and his wife, Deborah Leah, thank you so much for the both of you for helping set up and everything. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, Rabbi Yaris, where is he? Where is he? Where? Rabbi? Okay, he's back there. All right. So before we finish, we want to say one last thing. Happy Hanukkah. But one more thing. Okay, and so the menorah, really, every one of you have to light your own menorah at home, and we have many menorahs over there. If you don't have them, we have them on the table. They're free, please take home to light in your own home, okay? Make sure that you spread the light more and more. Don't stop here. Just keep planting that seed in your own home, and then from your own home, it will spread out throughout, and it will never end, okay? So happy Hanukkah.